Please stand for the national anthem. Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch words gallantly streaming, and the rockets red the bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet? O'er the land of and the home of the brave.
Good afternoon, graduates, parents, family, teachers, and friends. Before I start, I would like us to share a moment of silence in memory of Mason Fenton. Thank you. The last year has been a struggle, to say the least, but we made it. Here we are to honor the class of 2021, soon to be graduates, as we start the next chapter of our lives. Although our senior year was very different from how we imagined it would be, we have persevered and learned new skills and ways to deal with adversity. As we pursue every ambition, dream, and adventure our young minds can conjure, we will think back to our time spent here, in this community, and be honored to call it home. We will think about the lessons learned, some harder than others, and the people that have been there to support us, teach us, and help us make it through. As we think about the milestones and growing pains we shared with one another, may we take on this new beginning with grace, determination, and a strong sense of humility. The world is out there waiting for us. It is now our turn to take it on, and I can't wait to see what we make of it. Thank you for being here today to share with us this milestone.
It doesn't matter if they're not alone. It doesn't matter if that's not wrong. Some guy and some people. Oh, it doesn't matter if you grow. It doesn't matter if you grow. It doesn't matter if you're lucky. Oh, I don't know what you think.
Throughout the many years we have all spent together as a class, we have made some incredible memories that have made our journey very special. Some were funny and embarrassing, but others allowed us to feel great pride and gratitude. These moments have helped us build character and will continue to influence us as we go our separate ways to achieve our goals. What better memory to start with than AJ's first day of public school? AJ joined us in 3rd grade after being homeschooled for years prior. We all did our best to welcome him, and he sure did make himself at home by taking his shoes off. Mrs. Wapshall then had to explain to AJ that in public school, we keep our shoes on. We have also had some other questionable moments. Words have always been very confusing to Calyx. Calyx was asked questions like, what's a grade and what's a scale? When these words most definitely should have been a part of his vocabulary by that time. Calyx never failed to leave the rest of us completely dumbfounded, especially on one occasion in Mrs. Shane's 4th grade class. On this particular day, Mrs. Shane was showing us a diagram labeled by the word stomach. After trying everything to figure out what on earth that word was, Calyx blurted out, If that's a stomach, then what's a stomach? Mrs. Shane had to explain to Felix that there was no such thing as a stomach and asked him why he thought it was pronounced that way, to which Felix responded, "Well, my mom always called it a belly." We have had our fair share of fun with our teachers and substitutes. In 7th grade, as we were all filing into Mr. Kelly's room, Tyler observed that there were very few books in Mr. Kelly's closet. Of course, Tyler took the opportunity to prank Mr. Kelly and squeezed into the closet to hide. Then, Mr. Kelly came back into the room and it was time for attendance. When Mr. Kelly asked us where Tyler went, we told Mr. Kelly we had no idea, even though we all just watched him crawl into the closet. After about 20 minutes, Tyler decided it was go time. Mr. Kelly just so happened to have his back turned as Tyler flew out of the closet and the door slammed into the wall. Startled, Mr. Kelly turned back around and yelled, "What are you doing?" Tyler responded with, "Oh, I'm just sitting here." In 8th grade, a small group of us were gathered in the band room with a substitute teacher when a lockdown was announced. Without saying a word to any of us, the sub turned off the lights in the band room and locked herself in Mrs. Barron's office, leaving the rest of us in the main part of the band room clueless. Because we didn't know what the lockdown was for, we immediately assumed the worst and were petrified. We all crammed into a practice room, saying what we thought would be our last goodbyes to each other. Lo and behold, it was a soft lockdown and our lives were never in jeopardy. On another occasion, during our sophomore year, some of the boys messed with one of our substitute teachers during attendance. The boys convinced the substitute that Dave Luke and Marty Jones were absent from class. The substitute ended up calling Mary Jo in the office to inform her that they were absent. Little did the sub know, these two men graduated from Ithaca well over 30 years ago. The majority of the memories we have made put nothing but joy in our hearts and smiles on our faces. However, we have endured so much to get here. At a very young age, Jed was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and lost his ability to walk, leading to his use of a wheelchair. One day in science, I was talking to Jed about sleepwalking. Without thinking twice, Jed nonchalantly said, "I don't sleepwalk." Although this remark was hilarious to me because it was incredibly obvious, it had a much deeper meaning. Jed, along with the rest of our class, did not allow his challenges to interfere with his journey to success. The pandemic has robbed us of a multitude of experiences: junior prom, junior spring sports season, the end of the FBLA competitive season, district and state forensics, senior homecoming dance and festivities, band and choir concerts, and many more. However, there is one thing no hardship will ever take from us: each other. Our perseverance, resilience, hope, drive, and self-discipline have allowed us to not only fight our way through every single obstacle we have faced, but also prosper together. All of the members of the class that participated in forensics made it to state every year. This year, our forensics team received the Excellence in Speech Award, which was given to schools that scored in the top 5% at state. Ryan and Audrey qualified for the National Leadership Conference 2 years in a row as part of the FBLA organization. Audrey was also elected to be the Wisconsin FBLA Region 4 Vice President. Along with that, Jed medaled at state track 2 years. Our class has accomplished great things, and we owe it all to our teachers, families, coaches, and community members. On a personal note, I would like to thank some people who were especially influential in my journey. Mrs. Wanter, Mrs. Murphy, my coworkers who pushed me to do well in all aspects of my life, my mom, my dad, and last but certainly not least, my built-in best friend and idol, my big sister, Kaylee. Without the people who have guided, taught, supported, and loved us unconditionally, we would not be where we are today. We are better people because of you all. No matter how far we may venture, we will always remember the little town of Ithaca and the memories it has left us with. Ithaca High School has prepared us for the next chapter in each of our lives, and we will strive to make each and every one of you proud.
As we are getting ready to move on to the next chapter of our lives, we can look back on our journey so far. Many of us began our academic journey here at Ithaca School District as kindergarten students. Even though we have gained and lost a few classmates along the way, our camaraderie has stayed consistent. Since we are such a small class of about 20 people, we have had the opportunity to grow with each other and become great friends. As we graduate high school today, we are reaching a huge milestone. However, our journey does not end here. Some of us will be attending a 2- or 4-year university. Others will be attending a technical college. And several will be entering the workforce. No matter which path is chosen, we will use the skills that we have gained here, and we will cherish the memories that we have made together. Ithaca's class of 2021 has chosen a motto that I believe is perfect for our class. Success is a journey, not a destination. It means that what matters is not necessarily where you are at the end, but what you accomplish along the way. It means that no matter what, as long as you try, you can never fail. It means that it is essential to enjoy every part of the journey. The road to graduation has not been easy. We have all encountered obstacles that we've had to overcome. Many of us have had to learn how to balance school, sports, work, and social events. Some have experienced the loss of a loved one. And we all have gotten our worlds turned upside down due to the coronavirus pandemic. But we were, and are, resilient. We have continued to stick together and help each other when needed. Since we are such a small class, we've had to work together, often knowing that we wouldn't be what is traditionally considered as successful. Our success in our journey has been through constant effort and teamwork. We've learned and grown. Each day, we are figuring out how to navigate the real world. Congratulations, class of 2021. I wish us all the best as we continue our journey.
Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Leckman, the proud principal of Ithaca High School. Welcome parents, family, friends, board members, and all Ithaca staff, but especially you, the Ithaca class of 2021. A special thanks to Ms. Durkin and Mr. Monty, the senior class advisors, to the administrative team, the school board, the custodians, and especially Mr. Hess for streaming our graduation live. We gather today in very uncertain times. COVID-19, a worldwide pandemic, what a bummer. Social distancing, masks, contact tracing, masks, quarantines, masks, in-person learning, Zooming, virtual learning, never knowing for sure if an event was going to take off that day, if it's going to happen that week, or if it's ever going to happen. Graduating seniors, you not only survived, but you flourished. No matter what situation was thrown at you, and you adapted and went forward with an, okay, let's figure this out, let's get it done attitude. This type of can-do spirit will serve you very well in life going forward. You have experienced disappointments and situations that were not your fault, but you continue to move forward and find a way to make the best of the situation you were dealt. It is said that overcoming challenges makes us stronger, makes us wiser, and makes us more prepared for the world ahead and for the realities of life. We all know that situations occur that may be out of our control. You have proven that you have the mindset to handle any situation or circumstance that we all know are bound to happen yet again in our life. I am confident that the inner strength that you have cultivated will help you succeed in those situations. I will certainly miss watching you compete academically and athletically. I will miss seeing you all dressed up for prom and dances in your beautiful dresses and suits and ties. I will miss your parents crowding around trying to get pictures of the best shot they can. I will miss seeing you in the hallways with your friends. Seniors, I will miss you. Don't wait for a crisis to thank your family, to value them, to appreciate all that they do. Take the time now to say I love you and I respect you for all that you do for me. As always, in the days and years when they pass, there are going to be crises. And it will be your family and friends who will be there for you. Seniors, I have great confidence in you. I believe in you, and I know that you will be successful. You have survived your first test, your first major crisis with flying colors. You have overcome sorrow, you have overcome loss, and you have found the good and the bad. You, my friends, are our greatest hope. Your intelligence, your kindness, and your compassion for others will drive you and us as a society to find solutions to our greatest challenges. The time that you invest in you will carry you forward for the rest of your life. I wish you the very, very best. You will always be part of our Ithaca family, and I hope you come back and visit with us to tell us how you have set goals and achieved them, to show us how you chased your dreams and caught them, and how you will always remember being class of 2021. I would like to leave you with a few quotes, the first one being a nod to Ms. Wanter. We know what we are, but know not what we may be, Shakespeare. And graduation is only a concept. In real life, every day you graduate. You can grasp every day of your life, and if you do that, it will make a difference. Ari Penkovici. With that, I again say congratulations and best luck.
Honored guests, family, friends, and the class of 2021. Today we celebrate you. You have dotted the I's, crossed the T's, jumped through the hoops, and earned the credits. You have learned the math, written the paper, embraced the science, read the book. You have also worn the mask, stood 6 feet apart, and experienced quarantine and virtual learning. As you leave here today, you will cross the threshold of the universe and step into opportunity. You've done some learning. Now begins your chance to lead your generation into the new normal. Much has changed in the last year or two. You've had to learn to be flexible. You've had to learn to be resilient. You have had to learn to embrace change. You have learned that normal can mean many things. As you move on to the next phase of your lives, be a leader. The world, this country, the state, this area needs leaders who can be confident, considerate, adaptable, intentional, and responsible. You have before you a rare opportunity to shape your futures because opportunities abound. There are more jobs than workers. There are career fields crying for motivated individuals to learn skilled trades. The shape of the new normal is for you to decide. Be a leader and chart your own course. Find your motivations, play to your strengths, say yes to new challenges and opportunities. Ask for help if you need it. Be confident even when you are filled with doubt. Lead more than you follow. Be open to all the possibilities of the world. Never quit learning. Be brave enough to lead. Be humble. Be teachable. When someone tells you can't do something, tell them challenge accepted. Then go out and prove them wrong. Even if you fall short, you will learn much because you left your comfort zone and tried. Even if you fall short, you'll learn much because you left. Oops, sorry, I read that. That's more than can be said for those who sit back and just let life happen. Sometimes we can't wait for things to end. Sometimes we wish they would never. Sometimes we bring about endings ourselves, and sometimes the endings are out of our control. But endings, although sometimes painful, are inevitable. Remember this though, every day has a sunset. Without that, there can be no new day. So class of 2021, as the sun sets on this speech and we celebrate you, remember, it's not the end. This is your beginning. Congratulations. As the district administrator of the Ithaca School District, it is my honor to decree that students in attendance of this commencement have met the Wisconsin statutory requirement of 118.33 and completed the coursework to receive a diploma from the Ithaca School District. Congratulations.
Now we will announce our graduates. Matthew A. Baxter. Delaney Joe Brown. Serenity Ann Clary. Tyler Deontay Coppenall. Noah James Drone. Hannah Lynn Durst. Justin Jacob Durst. Austin Michael Fry. Danielle Brooke Hatfield. Rania Herrera Flores. John Joseph Bernard Horner. Sarah Ann Jones. Ryan Eugene Lee. Ryan Eugene Lee. AJ William Manning. Jacob Robert Mueller. Lucas Dakota Miller. Audrey Yvonne Newkirk. Kiara Leslie Perkins. Madeline Ryan Rowe. Jedediah James Seaver. Calix Hunter Wheaton. Irene Lawyer. Luke Ramirez Pugh.
Loving can hurt. Loving can hurt sometimes, but it's the only thing that I know. When it gets hard, you know it can get hard sometimes. It is the only thing that makes us feel alive. Keep this love forever. We make these memories for ourselves. When our eyes are closed, our hearts times right close to the sea. So you can hear me inside the heart of the wind. Holding me close until I breathe. You won't ever be alone. Loving can heal, loving can let you go. It's you that I swear will get easier. It's you with us. I will remember how you kissed me under the lamppost back on 6th Street, hearing me whisper through the phone, wait for me to come home. Pharmacy, here we am, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking room, climb the fence, books and pen. I can tell that we are running friends. Yes, I can tell that we are running friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We can rest upon the ground, looking down the bugs we find. Safely walking to school without a sound. Safely walking to school without a sound. Well, here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's their young uniforms, chasing down hands and run. We clean up and down, smile and love. We may not bet our sun. Numbers, letters, love respect, mountain books and show and tell. Playtime, we throw the ball, back and back, through the hall. Teacher marks our head against the wall. The teacher marks our head against the wall. We don't notice any time, 'cause we don't notice anything. We sit side by side in front. The teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes it when you sing. I in my bed, won't say thoughts run through my head. Of the bumps and alphabet, and when I wake tomorrow, you and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell we are good friends. 'Cause I can tell we are good friends.
There is a universal truth that we all have to face, whether we want to or not. Everything eventually ends. As much as I look forward to this day, I've always disliked endings. The last day of summer, the final chapter in a great book, parting ways with a close friend. But endings are inevitable. Leaves fall, you close the book, and you say goodbye. Today is one of those days for us. Today we say goodbye to everything that was familiar, to everything that was comfortable. We're moving on. But just because we're leaving doesn't mean that we're alone. We will always have the teachers, staff, and parents that have helped us along the way. Ithaca's community knows no limits. When you're a bulldog, you're family. So to the Ithaca community, I say thank you. And to the graduating class of 2021, I say farewell and good luck.